today with me is well-known Frank Leo, who is one of the top real estate broker here in GTA area, not only in GTA, but worldwide. I was reading all his awards and I was just going nuts, like how much achievements, like Remax, like a lifetime achievement award, and then Hall of Fame award, and then so many awards, Frank. I was just like, how you did that? And then your team is like #1 in Canada, worldwide, and you recently even was like last year you were like #1 individual agent worldwide under the umbrella of Remax, right?
Well, I've been doing this for a long time. I enjoy helping people. And so the awards are just, a nice token. But I mean, I think the real reward is helping so many families achieve their real estate dreams and goals.
Yes, for sure. That's why you are achieving these much awards, because you're doing things the way it should be. And but like, what is that Frank is having that other realtors are missing, that what you do differently, that you are here today and then people struggle all the time? Like,
Well, I don't know what everyone else is doing. I mean, I've been doing this for over 30 years and I enjoy helping people with their largest investment. And the one thing that I can tell you is, I think the key is to never be satisfied where you are, to keep learning and growing, because the world is changing so much, and you have to keep up. And so I've been always learning and growing as long as I've been in the business.
yes. So once again, I want to tell you the show name is Confessions of Seven-Figure Realtors, and we will be asking a few interesting questions from Frank. So now I want him to share the struggles and his personal life story, that when he started his journey back in 1990. So how he came into real estate, what was his inspiration, and how was it back then, like 1990?
Well, I was in university and I wanted to be self-employed, and I wanted to take my career, into my own hands, instead of working in a company that someone else would tell me if I would be promoted or not. So when I was in university, I was deciding between real estate and being a stockbroker at the time. Now they're called financial planners. Before they were called stockbrokers. And then Black Monday came in 1987. So that put me in the direction of real estate. So that was great. And I'm in real estate. As soon as I got into the business in 1989, the market crashed.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right. So when I started in the business, every day the prices were actually going down on homes. They were going down, they were going lower. Everybody was pessimistic. The job situation wasn't good. It was a very tough time. I actually didn't sell my first home. It took me 6 months to sell my first property. So it was very difficult. But in that time, I learned a lot. So when I sold my first property, I was very knowledgeable and I was able to help my clients. And so that's my focus till this day, is to make sure that I know what's going on so I can help my clients.
So back then, is it like was easier to be a real estate agent, or it is easier now? What you will say? Like, people normally say like it was easy then, that's why somebody is like successful now. What is your
It was very difficult the first few years. The market went down from 89 to about 95, 5 years of prices going down. Now, I know that no one understands that right now in this market, because it's been since 1995, essentially prices have gone up. So they really haven't come down anymore. So it was very difficult back then. But right now, it's also very difficult to be a good realtor. It's very easy to be a bad realtor, but a good realtor is the difference. And so, right now, when the inventory is not lasting long on the market, it's fast inventory. So homes are coming on the market and they're selling very quickly. There is room to make a big mistake where someone who doesn't know how to actually maximize the dollars for the client could cost them not tens of thousands, but maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's something that is really, really important to know, how to do the right thing in our business.
Right. So tell me a little bit about when were in the starting years. So how many years it took you to be really be successful, that you were start breaking the records? Like, what was the time period doing to be there?
I'm still working on being successful, so there's still a lot more to do. Success comes when you have happy clients. So once I made my first sale, I was always doing more and more. And so I've been very fortunate that way. But success is helping clients. I mean, I started in this business before computers were used, you know? So it's a long time ago and you have to adapt to the changes. And I think a lot of people resist change
Yes.
and they're afraid of it, and you should not. You should embrace it.
So now, like, if you started in 1987, the real estate was your first career, and that's where you stay till today.
Essentially, yes.
So is there anybody was your inspiration from your family or someone you always admired?
No, but I always had an affinity for homes, and I knew that that was everyone's dream to own a home. So that's why I got into it, because I thought that that was something that every family, every person would strive for. And if I could help them in that part of their lives, it would be important. And now more so, because many people are using that home asset as their investment for their retirement. So it's very important that they do the right things when it comes to their real estate needs.
Yeah. So any moment like in past years, like in 1990s, that you want to share when you were at your lowest, or you thought like this is the wrong decision you made while you're in real estate?
Oh, when I started, it was very hard. I mean, like I said, I was working very hard, 18-hour days and not making any sales. And I said, did I do the right thing? So, it took me 6 months to sell my first property. But in that time, I was working very hard trying to figure out what's involved and what's not. And you know what? That's probably why I'm still in the business and why I've been able to endure all the ups and downs of the real estate business, because it's changed a lot. And it's not only ups, there's a lot of downs, a lot of rejection when you're talking to people. And so you have to be strong-willed and be able to take the negative so that you're able to pass through it and get into the positives of helping people and learning and becoming a better person.
Yes, learning and becoming a better person for sure. So in those difficult times, like what is the thing like that kept you going? Now, this is my thing and this is, I'm not quitting. What was your like why there?
What kept me going was I saw other people doing it. And when I looked at other people who were doing it and being successful, I said, well, if they can do it, so can I. And that's my lesson to everyone. Everyone can do it. The only question is, are you willing to work as hard as the next guy or next girl to make sure that you do what it takes to make it happen? Because anyone can do it, but are you willing to put in the hard work necessary to do it?
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole purpose of this show, to show other realtors who are struggling, who are not understanding, so that if like Frank can do it and you can do it too. But if you're willing to do what it takes to do. So Frank, tell me, like how, what is your real name? Is it Leo is your real name? Where it's came from?
My name is Frank. My last name is Leo. That's the name I was given.
That's nice. And now it really feels like a very good combination. Leo like a king, and that's what your logo is.
Well, we're having fun with it. But, the one thing I can tell these agents that are out there who are looking for the magic, magic in being successful, the secret is to do something. If you don't do anything, nothing will happen. And so as you do things, you're going to realize that some things work and some things don't. So do less of the things that don't work and do more of the things that do work. Don't reinvent the wheel. If people are doing it out there and it's working for them, look at what they're doing, learn from it, and do the same things. Copying, emulating is key to it. The only thing that people don't realize that sometimes it takes some time. It doesn't happen overnight. So you have to be willing to invest the time necessary for the success. And that's the key.
For sure, definitely. And then that was actually my next question, but now we'll elaborate more on it. Like if I ask you, like 80% realtors fail in first year, or like 80-20 rule, but anyways, if this can be improved anyway. So what you think is the top 3 reason that realtors fail most of the time, like first 1 year and over the period of 5 years?
I think the number one reason is that they're in it for the wrong reason. They got into this career maybe to make money. And anytime you do something for the wrong reason, you will not invest what's necessary. So I think that you have to look for people who are willing to do what it takes to help other families achieve their buying and selling dreams. I always look at it, if I can help more families buy and sell and reach their dreams in real estate, I never have to worry about my dreams because they're taken care of automatically. Yeah. But if somebody wants to come in and just say, what can I do to make money fast? Terrible. Very wrong.
For sure. So that's what new realtors should understand. Now, if somebody is new realtor, so is it possible that they can be right away listing agent? Nowadays, everybody want to be a listing agent and they want to be like because of the inventory and situation here in GTA.
Right away, you can't do anything in this world. You have to learn all the necessary skills. But I mean, there's nothing you can't do. What right away means is, experience. Real estate is not a job, it's a business. And, one of the things that I think is very not clear is that when you ask a realtor what they do for a living, and they'll tell you they help people buy and sell homes. That's not true. We are actually a marketing firm. We market properties. So if you're a listing agent, you're marketing those properties to more buyers, getting the right buyers to see the property. So you have to market. And if you're selling, if you're buying, you have to market homes to buyers and find the match. And so you're a matchmaker and you're marketing. But most agents don't understand that they have to invest in that marketing, in their service, to create a system to help them help their clients. And until they're ready to invest in that, whether it's time, energy, and even some money, then they're not on the right path.
Yeah. So you talk about a lot about systems. So then tell me, like, how much time it took you to create a system when you start expanding and building a team? How many years were?
I'm still working on it. I mean, it's not a finished product. When I started, it doesn't end.
Improvement is like never-ending process. But like in 1990s, when you started brokerage around 1995 and 1996, like around that.
There were no teams. There was nothing there. There were no computers. So as I mentioned before, this is uncharted territory. Mm-hmm. The businesses have changed, and unless you change with it, you're not going to keep up. Now, what I found is I was so fortunate to have so many clients that I couldn't take care of them myself. So I either had to say no to them or hire help to help me be a better realtor. And as I did that, I got more clients and I got busier. And I had to hire more people. So the growth has been through necessity, not because I wanted to grow, but because now we have such a value to offer our clients, but I don't have the time myself. So now I'm kind of overlooking that. And I train partners to work with me. So nobody's that works for me, they work with me to help our clients achieve their real estate dream. So the dream is still the same, to help our clients, but I just have leverage with more people doing the same thing.
Gotcha. And from at the same note, what is your say on that niching down? Like when realtor says, I buy, sell, invest, lease, everything, versus just choosing some area that their area of expertise. What you say about that, being a generic versus a specialist of some area of real estate?
Yeah, you have to know your business. And so the person who wants to do everything poorly, is not the one you want to work with. Now, I'm not saying someone can't do everything. It just says they have to invest a lot more time than someone who doesn't, do everything. They have a narrow field. So you have to stick to your guns and make sure you're the most knowledgeable person in the room when it comes to real estate, because if that's your expertise and they want to hire you on it, you better know more than the other person. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. So I think that you got to be careful if you spread yourself too thin. There's a lot of information on the commercial, on the business side, and you have to know that if you're in that sector. In the residential side, there's a lot of information as well. But the one thing I can tell you is it's easy to get a license, but it's not easy to do the proper job. And that's the key, doing the best job for your client.
For sure, for sure. Now, you are very heavy in marketing. Maybe now, because we see it, now you're widely successful. It will not be maybe the situation when you were new. So when some realtor is new, so what you advise them, like how to spend on marketing, and where to start from to market themselves?
Well, that is the job that we have. We are a marketing firm. So, marketing is key to maximizing the results for the buyers and the sellers that we deal with. Now, if someone is new and they can't do it, then, they shouldn't do something that they can't do. Maybe it'd be wise for them to learn from an experienced person who's doing it, maybe join a team, get the resources of having that marketing already for them until they understand everything. And then maybe one day they want to move on their own. But, doing it on your own right now is very difficult. I have a numerous support staff in the office, and even I hire them from outside to make sure that I do things properly, because there's no way I can do it all.
Yeah. I was going through your website and everything. Your message is very clean, neat, and the marketing is to the point. And I saw your some videos like different cities of GTA. That was so nice. Like that's the right way to do, and making videos and showing up like different areas. And even you are new, you can do those things.
Yeah,
That's not a,
absolutely.
you don't
Video
need a
is very
professional
powerful.
videographer.
Video is a
And what,
very powerful tool today.
yeah, yeah. So now tell me, like, let's say somebody is not new, but little bit experienced now, got some success. He has some marketing budget, and he has some $2,000-3,000 to spend. What is the right sequence, or I should say, the right thing they should start from? Because I have seen. Let me give you some context of it. I've seen the realtors who get little bit success. They start paying for $25,000 for banner ads, like a big on the areas, and then some start like paying $5,000 for flyers only. So what is, do you think, like, is the should be number one, number two, number three, if like you have like a 2,000 3,000 budget in hand?
Well, money in advertising is very important to know how to spend it because it can disappear very quickly. One very famous person once says, I know that only 50% of my marketing works. I just wish I knew which 50%. So, you have to know what's worked for you already. To be honest, a $2,000 to $5,000 budget is very small. So you got to be very wary of where you spend that money because most of the advertising is a long-term type of play, but maybe you can invest it in the people that you have already dealt with and have them be your ambassador because you've traded, you've had good success with them, and you can maybe have an event or a party to invite them and to ask them to help you, get your word out. That's your best investment because you have people who have confidence in you already. You can also invest in things that don't cost money where you have to call people or knock on doors. And that's one of the basics of real estate. They tell you to go do that. And yes, you're going to get a lot of rejection, but that's how you start, is building up clientele, people who are going to listen to what you have to say. And if you're knowledgeable and you have value to share, people are going to recognize that and they're going to come back to you. So if I only had that much money, I would invest it in education and bettering myself, and then be able to, when I interact with people, give more value. And that's going to help you get where you want to go faster.
Yeah, so coaching and mentorship, like that's what you mean, right?
Exactly.
Do you have a program? I don't think so.
Do I have a program? No, but believe it or not, I have a coach. I got a coach a couple of years ago. And, I know that when you have the want to keep learning, you don't know it all. You don't know what you don't
Yes,
know. So a coach is very important.
yes, for sure. I'm similar. Like I also have my own coach. Like there is always a next level we all have to achieve. There is no limit to it. Anything else? Like I also know, like you wrote a book as well for us to help sellers. Tell me about that book, a little bit about it.
Well, that book, I have another one that I'm working on, so hopefully it'll come out soon. Look, knowledge is something we want to share, and right now with the new technology, we're live on Facebook, and I'm making videos all the time to try and give some insights into the business, but the real business, not the perceived business, because I think people, the public has a different perception of what the business is like. My goal is to make sure that everyone out there knows how the business works so they can make the best decisions for their families. There's a lot of realtors that are getting into the business, and some of them are really nice people. Some of them have great intentions. Some of them are just here just to try to make a quick buck. And those are the ones that maybe you won't want to have them take care of your needs because they're interested in themselves more than you. I'm not making names or anything like that, but it's just saying that it's a big decision, and I feel very responsible to make sure that people have all the information they need to make a good decision.
Yeah, right. So this book is now will help sellers to decide like which kind of realtor they should be choosing and how they should be deciding on it.
Well, the new book is about just experiences and stories about real estate in general. There's a lot of information about buying and how to pick a realtor. I think the bottom line is most sellers want to maximize the dollars they get from the sale of their home. They need to get that. And so when you talk to sellers, you have to focus on what's involved in doing so. So we definitely have that in our listing presentation, in our education when we talk to our sellers. But it's not something that you just have Cole's notes. It's very, very in depth because it's not what every day you make a sale of your home. You're selling every 10 years, every 20 years, and it's probably one of the largest assets that you're dealing with. So we take that very seriously.
Gotcha. So if I need a copy of your book, like the previous one as well and the new upcoming, where I can get it, because I didn't see any link to buy on your
Yeah.
website.
The old one is a little bit dated, so I'm trying to get that new one out. I've been working with a great collaborator on it, and so I'm hoping to get it done by the end of this year. But I'm also in looking at maybe doing some more webinars and training agents and also the public, giving them some information, because I think that there's a lot of misinformation, and maybe you know better than I do because you have this wonderful forum where people are sharing the truth about the business. And some people don't realize how different it is than the perceived reality.
Yes, no, I myself had such a bad experience dealing with different realtors in past few years until I didn't enter to this industry. I'm not realtor, but because I talk with realtors all the time, at different levels, and then buyers and sellers, I'm a social person, so I know what's going on, what's the problems buyers and sellers are facing, and what's the struggles like realtors are having. So
it's definitely the market is definitely changing all the time. You have to keep up to date with all the information so that you're able to relay that information to our clients.
Yeah, from buyers and sellers point of view, they are mostly relying on the people who they know in their circle. So sometimes most of the time they may not be that much, I should say, not the right match for the what kind of services or buying selling they're looking for, or they are not maybe that much experienced, or I should say trusted, or maybe knowledgeable. Their intention can be good, but there are other factors when you're looking to find a good realtors who can get you the right property and sell for the top dollars.
Yeah.
So,
And that's why you're an asset to these people, because they can hear your podcasts and your Facebook lives, and then they can see that there is a difference. Probably if they're going to do something like that, they don't know what they're doing. Interviewing 2 or 3 people would be a good idea to get some insights, and then they can see who might be better fit for them, because it is a big decision.
yeah. Now, few last question I want to ask you, like if a realtor want to be known as or want to do towards luxury real estate, you want to capture or want to use it as a niche market. So what advice you will give? It's possible like somebody start learning from like day one within like he can like how much time it may take somebody to be reached there, or it's a step-by-step process?
Well, there's plenty of business out there for everyone. You have to just look for it. I don't know what level of success people want. Sometimes selling 3 or 4 properties a year is a level of success. So, everyone has their own goals, but I think very simply, some advice that my dad gave is say, do good and forget about it, do bad and remember it, right? So, just keep doing good, help people. I mean, good news spreads much slower than bad news, but it lasts longer. So, take care of people and always, look at their best interests. I'll remember a story. I'll tell you this. I remember a story when I started in the business, and I had a client who called me, and, they had to sell their home because they were unemployed and they couldn't afford to keep the home. They said, we want to sell it. And the market was down, and they had 4 children, and I needed to make a sale because I was new in the business back then. I wasn't, where I am today. So I looked at the situation, and I saw that it was a bad time to sell. It wasn't a good time. They were going to get the big price. And if they'd sold this home, they would have not been able to buy another home. And they had 4 kids. So I looked at the home and I said, listen, you're not selling your home. What you're going to do is you're going to close this door. You're going to put a kitchenette in the basement. You're going to rent to the basement. You're going to stay here in this house. And then when the things get better, then you can do what you want. But this is very important for you and your family not to move right now.
Yes, that's what that's awesome. Like business is spiritual. Like my coach even taught me like business is spiritual. Like we are here to help other people, they solve their problem rather than ripping them off for the money. And that's the right thing to do always. And then,
Well, you know what? About 12 years later, they called me back to sell their property. So, I mean, it wasn't that I didn't sell their property. It just wasn't right. And they were, because they were still in the home, they were able to sell that home, buy another one, and they were very happy. But, you know, you can't just think of yourself. You have to think of the other people. And at that time, a sale was important to me, but you know what? That family needed to stay where they were. So being able to be honest and help people is secret to success.
now, one more thing I want to ask you, like a lot of realtors, they are so confused. They keep changing brokerages. So what you will say about that?
Well, I mean, obviously they haven't found the right match, or is it they're not willing to commit? I mean, like anyone, you interview the places you want to go to, you see if there's an alignment, and then you work very hard to make it work, you know. So one thing I believe is that we are all very much in control of our own destiny. A lot of what we do is based on, you know, what we do, what we put into it. Many times we can look at it, any situation, and say, if I would have done something different, maybe it would have changed. So being responsible and aware that we are in control of our destiny is key. So if they're moving around, obviously they have to look in the mirror a little bit if they're moving around too much.
Yeah, like there, yeah, it's because few people always blame to brokerages, to luck, to God. They don't take full responsibility. So maybe it's not brokerages. It's maybe they have themselves needs to analyze.
It's possible the match is not there, but I mean, absolutely, they have to take responsibility for their part in, first of all, choosing the brokerage, and secondly, not doing what's required in that model to succeed.
Good. Yeah, I hope the viewers are getting some value, and I'm not sure like if there are any question on, because this is I'm doing for the first time. So otherwise, Frank can answer any of your question as well. Frank, you want to share anything? Like let's close this from me asking you from like your 3 secrets of success.
3 secrets of success. Always be caring for the client. Number 1, right? Knowledge is very powerful. You have to keep learning, keep abreast of everything. Don't settle with not knowing what the answers are, so you're able to help your clients. And the third thing is never give up. Success is about perseverance. There's always the downs, but unless you're willing to be there for the long run, it's not going to happen overnight.
Thank you very much. So anything you want to add, Frank, at the end?
Oh, thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure. And I hope that, you continue to do your good work, and people have gotten an opportunity to at least see things from a different perspective.
I have wrote like 2 pages of questions, but it's went in a flow, and I think I covered all of it. And Frank was so busy, and he want to just finish it within 30 minutes. So I think we are close to that. So thank you very much, Frank, for your time. You want to buy leads, and everybody is calling me and inboxing me that they want to have more leads. But do you know that leads are not the deals? They are one component and the part of the whole process. There are a lot of things that we have to do before, at, and after when we're generating leads. So I would strongly suggest, if you're looking to grow your business, first sit down with some professional and craft a clear strategy and which kind of clients you want to work with. So instead of saying buy, sell, invest, lease with me, choose a clear niche you want to work with and use that language around your profiles, around your content, and use those language and messaging and designing and the brand you're building around into your ad campaigns before you even start going for lead generation. So if you want to learn more about that, go to my website, poojakiran.com, and click on the button saying deals on demand, and let's see if you are good fit for that program, and we can work together and I can help you to grow your business fast.
Want to have your perfect look created by a stylist at the time and place of your convenience? Then you can't afford to miss this special offer. One high-end, branded, made-to-your-taste custom suit, 1 custom fit shirt, 1 silk tie, and 2 stylist visits, all for just $1,800. And for $100 off, use the code HKRealtor22. Give us a call for details at 1855 888 2294. Milan Tailors Made to Measure. We put you in a suit that suits you the best.
Most of the realtors don't know when and from where their next deal is coming from. They are tired and so lost, struggling 24/7. They are working so hard to make and earn so little. They are buying new apps all the time. They are buying expensive marketing solutions to think like that is what they will help them grow fast. So listen, if that's you, this is Surya Kiran. I'm real estate branding and marketing coach. I help realtors build predictable real estate business using my tailored marketing solutions that are exactly matching to your personality and your vision about your real estate business. If you want to learn how I can help you grow fast in shortest period of time with less stress, go to my website, click on the button. Let's talk about your next right move. And one of my team member or maybe I will connect with you and we will discuss. So because I have limited capacity to serve, don't wait. Go to my website, suryakiran.com, and let's talk.
Hi, my name is Yusuf. I'm a headshot and portrait photographer based out of Toronto. As a real estate agent, it's incredibly important for you to have great images. People make their mind and how they feel about you just from your picture. So it's not something you should overlook. Your picture makes or breaks, and I think that when you have a great picture, you make it a lot easier for people to pick up the phone and call you and ask you questions and feel that they can trust you. If you do your marketing and coaching with Horia Khan, who is an incredible marketing coach for real estate agents, you get a special bonus when you shoot with me. My company's name is YMA Photo, so it's YMAPHOTO. Please reach out. We will include the website. We will include the coupon code if you are Horia's client, and you will get a special bonus for being her student or client when it comes to your marketing. I look forward to working with you.
Are you tired of wearing misfitting suits? I mean, longer or shorter sleeves, hanging off from the shoulders, too short from the hips, or too tight and loose around the waist, or pants that are simply too long. The problem is that wearing such suits, instead of enhancing your personality, spoil it and create a lousy impression about you. And I'm sure that's not your intention when you're wearing a suit, especially for those important and critical meetings where you can't afford to look less than perfect and where perfect is the only choice. Listen, if you want to look confident and want to feel comfortable, then you definitely need a carefully crafted, custom-tailored suit especially made for you. If you think you deserve it, give us a call at 1855 888 2294, because that's what we do. We put you in a suit that suits you the best. Call 1855 888 2294 to book your free styling consultation and take advantage of our special offer for new clients now.